Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Dr. Soul Brother here with another remedy to help kill your ills. I'm not going to be long, but I'm going to get straight to the point. I got a question to ask for my black folk, black family, black brothers and sisters. Why would you assume that because there are people who are quote unquote people of color would not view us the same way white folks view us? That is naive at best, at worst, other things. This recent remark or remarks, disrespectful remarks coming from Valentina Gomes, Colombian born woman, immigrant, who's in politics in Missouri, disrespected Juneteenth. Disrespected it. But not just Juneteenth, but disrespected black race, period. Um, Again, we really shouldn't be surprised. We've seen this played out over and over and over again. And to the folk who are in their 70s and 80s, I got a question for you. Many of y'all were caught up in the whole third world alliance back in the 60s, 70s, and maybe to some extent the 80s, possibly. Y'all senior citizens. How did that work out for us? Or rather, how did that work out for you? No, I had it right the first time. How did it work out for us? Okay. These folks have shown over and over again uh, that we're not on the same, not only are we not on the same page, we're not even in the same encyclopedia box set. I remember something that a man by the name of Mr. Tony Brown pointed out many years ago. And this is when I was in college. And he said, you know Tony Brown from Tony Brown's Journal. And he said, I might not, you may not care for me, I might not particularly care for you, but you and I better get one thing straight. We are all we've got. And I'm going to juxtapose that comment with our great leader and teacher, well, I shouldn't say leader, but teacher and scholar, Dr. John Henry Clark, when he said, we have no friends. And I'm saying, like Tupac said, me against the world, it's us, meaning black folks, against everybody. When I say everybody, that would include those black folks who are not even from here, who need a tall glass of act right. Let me qualify that because I don't want to give the impression I'm talking about you by virtue of the fact that you are a foreigner. No, not at all. But what I am saying is that, um, it's not just. And here's the thing that kills me. Some of these folks who want to go after her, as well they should, about the remarks she made, y'all got a blind spot when it comes to um, the black immigrant talking smack, talking greasy about uh, black Americans. Some of the same people who would uh, take issue with old girl talking out the side of her neck. Y'all have nothing to say. It's radio silence, it's crickets, all that stuff when it comes to. I mean, we're called all kind of akatas, not by Europeans, not by white Americans, not even by non-black and non-white folk who are American or foreign born. But that's coming from the African. Talking about stay away from the akatas. And y'all have nothing to say about it. That is astonishing to me. It really is. Not to mention it's highly, highly revelatory. But the thing is, the remarks that she made is no different than the crazy remarks that were captured on tape back in 2022 in California. Remember that? And during the I think it was city council with the three Latinos. And these are folks who's supposed to be on the left. Huh? Somebody talk to me. How you explain that? We ain't talking about the ones on the right. We talking about the ones on the left. The ones on the right, that's a given. But the ones on the left, so-called progressive and all that kind of stuff, huh? And these are, man, I'm telling you, we playing ourselves, man. We are straight playing ourselves. Well, you know, there's an old saying, you fooled me once, shame on you. You fooled me twice, shame on me. Well, guess what? I ain't got to get my behind kicked but once. Once. That's it. I'm not a masochist. Okay? And I'm encouraging everybody on the sound of my voice to not engage in masochism. Because that's what we're doing. And to y'all who are 70s and 80s, we really don't need to hear from you. We don't need to hear from y'all. Y'all created this mess. Big time. Big time. And too many of y'all got that stuff on the hard drive. So with you, there's no need to even attempting to try to talk to you because you're not about to move the goalpost. Okay, you're not about to do that. And so many of y'all went into this whole thing maybe with good intentions, but you went in naive, very naive, not realizing who and what you're dealing with. No, man, it's everybody against us. It's just us. Period. And I think the sooner we recognize that, the better off we'll be. And that's real talk. Now, I'm not just sitting there saying things just to hear my own voice. This ain't hyperbole. This is real. So, but I want to address Miss Gomez. The nerve of you to come over here, make this your adopted home. And I'm not just saying this to her, but to any others of that ilk. You come over here, make this your adopted home, and you want to beat up on the people in this society who not only get the um, brunt of racism, but also who are responsible in many ways for you and your family and you and your people coming here. Let's get that straight. And you turn around and kick us in the behind. Oh no, no. See what it is. Those days are going to be gone very soon. They're already gone with me. They're already gone with me. Your 25-year-old self, rude, disrespectful, and others like you, like Denise D'Souza, like what's his face, the one who interviewed Michael Jackson. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Um, why am I drawing a blank? It'll come back to me, but you know I'm talking about the Indian fella. And others of that ilk. They're a problem. They are a problem. And you don't get a pass by virtue of the fact that you're a quote unquote person of color. That means nothing because guess what? You view us through the same lens as the white folks do. Like there's a quote from the movie A Time to Kill with Samuel L. Jackson and the white fella Matthew McConaughey, I think McConaughey or something. There, and he plays lawyer. He got on this case and he said, Samuel L. Jackson said, "You see me like that jury sees me. You are them." Well, here's the thing. That's what we dealing with. We dealing with it with folks, white folks to be sure. You're dealing with it with these quote unquote people of color, brown folks, yellow folk, etc. You're dealing with the black folk who are foreign, and you're dealing with your fellow black brothers and sisters who are American born, looking at us through the same prism as the white folks, a white judgmental lens, as somebody once said, and that's real talk. Remember the Darky toothpaste? If y'all remember, in the 1980s, I think it was Darky toothpaste. Look it up, Google it. That was in Japan. Japan, huh? Yeah, so-called yellow man, huh? Darky toothpaste. Where he get that from? Looking like a Sambo type depiction on the toothpaste. Come on, man. This wasn't no European. This is a quote unquote people of color doing this. I don't know what it's going to take for us to get it, but I'm telling you now, y'all need to get this. Juneteenth is ours. You, Miss Gomez, have no right whatsoever. Who do you think you are to come up here, Miss Lady, and talk about how ungrateful we are? No, you're the one who is not grateful because again, it's the blood, sweat, and tears of my people here in this country that made it possible for you to be here and to reap the benefits of what America has to offer. So you got it all twisted up. And you talking about GTFO? Y'all know what that means. We need to be telling you that. The GTFO out of here. You don't belong here. You are straight up ingrate, Miss Colombian. So that's how you handle that with these folks who exhibit that kind of disrespect. We can't have this. We cannot have it. You stop folks dead in the tracks when they're out of pocket. And that's what Soul Brother is doing. And I would encourage anybody, you don't just let things slide. I'm glad to see folks are giving pushback, but it also needs to be clear that when you find other people, and they are other people who look like us, who are not from here, who talk crazy like that, they need to be stopped dead in their tracks. And it really bothers me that some of these folks, and you know who they are, and they know who they are, who have shows on YouTube, who will quickly go after the white supremacists, quickly go after folks like her talking crazy. But when it comes to whether it's an African or whether it's a Caribbean person, Anglophone, Francophone, Caribbean, etc., all of a sudden you hear nothing. Come on now. So you just gonna give them a pass by virtue of the fact that they're black? No, no, doesn't work like that. No, you make a yourself. So anyway, um, I just wanted to make this brief because I felt, this is important, and folk like that need to understand this is a new day, and we're not having this. Juneteenth is ours, and um, we recognize what happened after our enslavement, etc. And this thing about it being ratchet, no, you way out of pocket, Miss Lady, way out of pocket. But see, we also have to remember this. Oh, Candace Owens, who today identifies as Caribbean only because she has one grandparent, one who's from the Caribbean. So that all of a sudden makes her Caribbean, which is insane, but it's also very instructive. She is on record as a member as recent as 2023, referring to Juneteenth as ghetto and made up. Well, fool, all holidays are made up, not just here in the United States, but throughout the globe. They're made up. So you're really not saying nothing. You sound like a straight up fool. But you see, a reason I bring that up is because what? Miss Gomez, aka Miss Colombian, took a page out of Candace Owens's book, which shows you what? These newfangled clowns in black skin are extremely dangerous. I have never, I have never seen folk of that ilk in the past on this level before in my life. And they also need a tall glass of act right, and they should be shunned, straight up shunned, because you may be kin, but you ain't family. So with that, I'm gonna end it here. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, uh, make some respectful comments. Don't get out of pocket because I will block you. I will have no problem doing that. And until the next time, God bless.